Welcome back everyone, it is Eric from Rare Candy, and today we have a little bit of a fun experiment that I want to try out. We're going to be taking a look at the brand new Golduck from Astral Radiance, which is a card that I honestly kind of forgot existed until I was sorting through and putting away some of the bulk cards I had opened from this set. And I saw the second attack and thought, you know what? Maybe there's something here. I don't know if this is going to be a competitive idea at all, but if nothing else, it should make for a fun video today. But if you guys aren't familiar with Golduck, it has that second attack, Entangled Dive. For 2 water and colorless, you discard each player's active Pokemon and all cards attached to them. So we're not taking knockouts and we're not taking prizes with this thing, but we can potentially run our opponent out of resources because even if we're not taking prizes, still discarding their attackers and all of their energy every single turn is kind of difficult to actually deal with. And once you combine this with Avery that we have in the format to discard even more Pokemon from play every turn, there maybe is a world where we eventually get our opponent down to one last Pokemon and discard it from play with Golduck. So I think that's going to be our win condition with this deck. Again, we'll have to see if it's going to pan out, but this definitely seemed like kind of a fun experiment to try out. But before we get any deeper into today's video, if you guys can't remember to smack that like button to help feed the always hungry YouTube algorithm. And if you need any cards to complete this Golduck deck for yourself, you can check out our friends at PTCGO and use that coupon code RARECANDY at checkout to get yourselves a discount. And also the Rare Candy patrons not only have early access to this deck list, but also have their own exclusive discount code for even bigger savings. Links to those will be down below in the description. But let's get back into our deck list for a second. So one of the big issues with Golduck, of course, is that 3 energy attack cost. And the way we're going to overcome that, of course, is going to be with the Frostmoth all the way back from Sword and Shield base set with the Ice Stance ability. So as often as we like, we may attach water energy from hand to one of our benched water Pokemon. So we do have a couple copies of Air Balloon as well to sort of help out with that. That way, every time something gets knocked out, we can promote something with Air Balloon, accelerate energies to our next Golduck, and be ready to go. And of course, we also have the 3-2 Burrell line in the deck. I wanted the 3rd copy of Bidoof just to increase our odds of getting it down turn 1. But of course, Burrell's gonna be really nice in conjunction with Frostmoth because we have to accelerate energy from hand. And Burrell's gonna allow us to just keep refilling our hand turn after turn with this deck. The only other Pokemon we have is just going to be the 1 copy of Manaphy just to protect against things like Jolteon and Rapid Strike Urshifu if we do go against those bench sniping decks. But looking at our trainer cards, pretty straightforward stuff. Ton of ball search cards. We got the 3 Capacious Bucket to help get water energy out of our deck a little bit easier. We play a whopping 4 Ordinary Rod because every time we attack, we're discarding an attacker. And after we use our attack, we have to promote a fresh Pokemon, which a lot of times is going to get knocked out. So we are just running through Pokemon with this deck, and we need a lot of recovery. So we have the 4 Ordinary Rods, but we do also have 1 copy of Nessa in the deck, which allows us to get up to 4 Pokemon, or up to 4 water Pokemon and or water energy from discard back into our hand. I think you could also cut this for a copy of Clara if you do want to. That does give you a little bit of flexibility to get your Barrels back if you want. But Nessa, you know, I kind of like the flexibility of being able to get 3 to 4 Pokemon or 3 to 4 energy if we have to. So that's why I am playing this one over the Clara right now. And we also have for our supporter cards, we have a whopping 4 Avery, because again, we need to discard Pokemon from our opponent's bench. We have the 2 copies of Bruno, so if something gets knocked out, we can shuffle in and draw 7. And then we also have the 2 copies of Marnie, just for a little bit of hand disruption. And I think this is better than something like Research because there's not too many resources we really want to discard with this deck. So a little bit of hand disruption, and we are able to get 5 with this card, which makes it pretty good in the early game too. And I think the only other card we really haven't mentioned is our Stadium of Choice. That's going to be the 2 copies of Training Court, because if we discard a Golduck, 1 Ordinary Rod plus Training Court gets back the Golduck line plus all of the energy that you used. So this seems like a natural sort of fit for our Stadium of Choice. So that is going to be the deck list we are trying out today, guys. Again, not sure how competitive this is going to wind up being, but it should make for a fun video. Let's hop in some games and hopefully get at least 1 win with this deck. That's the goal today. Okay, we are going first, and this is a deck that I've actually kind of gone back and forth on because a lot of times you almost kind of want your supporter or the attack one Snom to help get you set up. Okay, but they're playing an Inteleon deck, so more than likely, we're not going to be facing a ton of pressure on turn 1. So we'll get this thing down. I usually like going for Bidoof right away, but we have the Avery. So I think for the moment, we're kind of cool going for the Psyduck here. But at the same time, we have Evolution Incense. But right now, we are potentially threatening a turn 2 KO. But you know what? I think we're going to go for the Bidoof here. Because off of the 3 cards with Avery, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get there between our top deck and the 3 cards with Avery. So I'm going to assume we are not severely lucky to get the perfect draw off that. So we're just going to go for the Bidoof, just try to get stabilized a little bit. And I think for the moment, we will just attach to the active because we can always hard retreat and we have the training court. And from there, just pass over to our opponent. So what sort of Inteleon deck is this going to be? We have the grass deck box, so this makes me think it's going to be like Hisuian Lilligant or like Leafeon VMAX. Ooh, okay, but they have Rowlet, so I'm actually kind of glad we opened with the Manaphy. And the Rowlet has kind of an annoying attack, has the Wind Shard attack, 60 to one of our bench Pokemon, but of course we got the Manaphy, so we don't have to worry about that. They have a Manaphy of their own, so really rooting for them to fill their whole bench, which they are not going to do. Alright, so let's just go for the Evolution Incense right out the gate here. And let's also take a look through our deck, because I do forget we're not taking prizes. We need to make sure nothing super crucial is prized. Okay, we did prize our Nessa, but we do have all of our Ornate Rods, so that's good. And we have all of our Air Balloons as well. So let's just go for the Barrel. That seems pretty good to me. Ooh, we did prize both of our other Bidoofs, so very glad we were able to get that one down when we did. So let's just go and do this. I think we'll just put Air Balloon on Snom, because there is a world where we retreat and use this attack, and if they don't lock us, well, Before we think about that, I think we're just going to go for the Avery right out the gate here. Okay, so we'll go and get the Snom down. So we could do this. Yeah, because then we can attack with this one. So we'll do this. Probably Air Balloon over here. No, but if they evolve into Decidueye, they can knock out Frostmoth, so Barrel's probably the safest bet. That seems pretty good to me. And get down Training Court. I hate giving that to our opponent, but it is okay. We'll make it work, so we're just going to refill our hand a little bit. Okay, we do get Psyduck, so that is pretty great. And I think we'll probably still, instead of using Level Ball to get a Pokemon, I think we'll actually use Snom, that way we can thin our deck. Because then we could potentially... Yeah, I think we'd rather do it that way. Because we don't want to leave Manaphy in harm's way. Oh, we will definitely get our Training Court back. Or get our energy back with Training Court. We will go for the Ice Dance. Start powering up a little Psyduck over here. And we'll just go for the Call for Family. And get ourselves another Psyduck. Okay, so we're starting to get set up a little bit. Kind of an awkward turn one that we have. We weren't able to get all 3 of our stage 1s, but it's okay. Okay, there's going to be Decidueye. Alright. Now, one thing I actually am worried about is going to be Inteleon, because quick shooting can potentially allow them to start picking off things on the bench, especially Manaphy, which definitely could be an issue for us. But luckily we have like 1 billion recovery cards, so if they ever can knock out Manaphy, it probably won't be a huge deal. Okay, they don't have any energy in discard, that way they can't get back stuff with Training Court. Okay, there's going to be a research, so let's see what they're going to get rid of here. I'm hoping for like a rare candy or something like that. Rare candy or Inteleon. Okay, but they're going to go for the Scoop Up Net right away. And a research. So getting rid of Drizzle. Ooh, and a rare candy. So 2 cards I'm very happy to see hit the bin there. Question is, can they get an energy to actually attack this turn? Okay, they got the capture energy, so they're very fortunate it was a capture too, as opposed to a grass. But it looks like they are not going to go for another Rowlet. They're just going to go for... Oh, okay. That works. So kind of hoping they bench something else. That way we can get like maximum value out of Avery if we can draw into another one. Because right now, if we do play Avery, they're probably just going to get rid of Manaphy. That doesn't help us too much. But being 2 rare candies down is actually pretty big. Very happy about that. So they can do 90, and normally they would be able to do 20 to 2 bench Pokemon, but we do have the Manaphy. We are very fortunate to get it in play. Okay, so just promote the Burrell since it does have our air balloon here. Okay, we hit Bruno. That's pretty good. So what do we actually want to get here? I think we want a level ball. And I think we actually want to get another Psyduck. The reason I say that is if we can get a ton of energy into play, like the big issue is we're always in danger of a boss really just messing up our board state. And if we can get down a ton of energy this turn, it won't matter if they boss Frostmoth. And if we get down an extra Psyduck, we'll have 2 Psyducks in play and they won't be able to boss our only Psyduck, if that makes any sense, guys. So let's just do this. I don't want to Rod, don't really care about the Snom, and we can use Training Court to get back our energy. So we'll just go for the Bruno from there. And let's see, we want Golduck. Okay, that's really awful, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I really hate this. So if we leave Barrel active, it can take a hit. I think that's what we're gonna do. We could sack a Psyduck, but I really don't want to. I think we're... I think we have to do this because if they boss Frostmoth, we're only 1 manual attachment away from attacking. So I think we just do this and we pass to our opponent. So things get a little bit sketchy if they go like Leon, Galarian, Zigzagoon or something like that, or just Leon, I'm sorry, but more likely they're not playing Leon in a Decidueye deck. But it feels bad leaving Barrel in harm's way. Okay, Gardenia's Vigor. Cool, makes some sense. I feel like Raihan might just be better, but I don't know. Okay, I am happy they did fill up their whole bench. We are definitely going to Avery this turn. Though I do kind of want a Bruno at the same time. But let's see if they're going to go off, try to get with Drizzile here. If they go for Boss on Frostmoth, I'm cool with that. If they go for... Okay, but they're going to go for Rare Candy. And is that their last Rare Candy? No, they have 1 left. So, yeah, this should be a pretty impactful Avery. I mean, they'll get rid of the Manaphy. Then what's the other card? Drizzile, probably? Or it depends on what their hand is, I suppose. Okay, there's going to be the Rescue Carrier. Okay, getting Drizzile back. Escape Rope would also kind of mess us up, but... Path to the Peak. That's cool, don't really care about that. We have a Training Court of our own. I don't think we're going to get it down, though, just because we don't have energy to get back right now anyways. So there's going to be the Splitting Arrow. And very surprised we missed the Golduck. We've only played 1 Evolution Incense. Okay, there we go. That feels a little bit better. Now, the next issue, though, is we still need 1 more energy. So we're definitely going to play Evolution Incense first. We need to thin our deck as much as possible here, guys. So we'll just go for the Golduck. And go for the Avery. Okay, and we do hit the Capacious Bucket. Perfect. So they get rid of Manaphy, but what else? Okay, that's cool. So we're going to be able to get rid of 3 Pokemon this turn, which feels pretty good. Alright, so we'll Ice Dance over to this guy. And we'll Ice Dance over to another Psyduck as well. Okay, we'll just retreat. And just go for the Entangled Dive. What do we actually get rid of, though? That's like the next... I think we have to get rid of another... I think we actually get rid of a Barrel, if I'm being honest. Oh, but that has our air balloon. Ugh. Yeah, I think we just feed them Psyduck. I don't like that, but But if we do this, Inteleon won't be able to capitalize. I just hate getting rid of Air Balloon. That's the biggest thing. But we didn't prize any, if I remember right. So you know what? Let's just do it. I just don't want this to sit on the bench and then be able to get like a double KO at some point. Now, if we get Marnied plus the KO, that feels a little bit worse. Okay, Evolution Incense. So which Inteleon are they going to go for? Okay, they're going to go for the Shady Dealings one. So this is the risk here. Because now we could get Marnied into like nothing. Because we have 3 supporters in hand right now. We have Ornate Rod. We have a bunch of good stuff we actually don't want to lose. Okay, Cynthia's Ambition. That might be a bit of a misplay because the Cynthia's actually doesn't really do that much for them. Since we're actually not like KOing stuff. We're just discarding them from play. So the more like I'm actually talking through this, I almost think maybe we should have sacked the Psyduck just because, like, only because Marnie would hurt us that bad in conjunction with the Burrell knockout. Like, there's no way they don't play Marnie. Or maybe they don't. I don't know. But yeah, if we can discard this guy on this next turn, that will definitely be pretty nice, I gotta say. Alright, so there's gonna be the net. Okay, I imagine we might see like a Level Ball or like a Rescue Carrier or something like that to get down under the Rowlet. That seems good for them. We still have, what? We have 2 Averys left. So we hopefully will be able to do some more bench discarding shenanigans at some point with that. Okay, they're going to go for Boss and Level Ball. So question is, who do they actually... Who do they want to boss on this next turn? So I think we're going to promote the... I guess Frostmoth is fine. Okay, top decking Golduck. That's actually pretty good, I gotta say. Alright, so we will definitely Ornate Rod. So we'll do both. Definitely get back Bidoof. And I think we'll get back Psyduck here. Because our other Bidoofs are prized, so we definitely needed that. Okay, so let's see. It's kind of risky if we get rid of this last Snom. I think we're going to, though. I really just want to try to get a ton of energy into play this turn, if possible. And I think we're actually going to let them keep the boss. Because we need actually a good bit this turn. Because we need Air Balloon. Actually, in hindsight, maybe we should have still promoted the Manaphy, because if we whiff the balloon, we could hard retreat. So maybe that's actually maybe a bit of a misplay on my part, guys. Forgot our Frostmoth has the 2 retreat, but hey, we got the Air Balloon either way, so it does not matter. Okay, this is actually pretty good. We definitely have a pretty good turn lineup for next turn. Okay, so Ice Dance. Good news is, I actually don't think we're in danger of a KO on this next turn. So for that reason, I'm trying to think. I might even promote Frostmoth again. Sure, we'll do this. And we get the victory screen, so yeah, looks like they're a little bit sick of our shenanigans. So the Golduck deck technically did get a win there. I mean, we still had to do a lot to close out the game, but I guess our opponent just was sick of dealing with this crap. I think we'll open with the Manaphy. Because I don't want Balloon on Psyduck. I'd rather have it on a Pokemon we're not going to attack with. So really wish this was a Snom. I mean, we can still get a Snom into play, but like ideally we would rather get down. Well, I guess if we get down Snom, we can still get Bidoof. That's the big thing because we need to get bailed out of this hand. Ooh, we see a Frostmoth of our opponents as well. So very curious what we're going against. Some sort of water-based deck. I would assume it's not Palkia or Ice Rider because those Pokemon are insanely easy to get set up. There's literally no reason in the world to play a Frostmoth with them. So is this like Lapras VMAX or the Inteleon VMAX from what, Rebel Clash? Okay, so pretty slow start for our opponent. That's really good for us because we're not doing too hot right now. So let's go ahead and Quick Ball. We'll just toss away an energy. That's fine. We can always get these back. We'll go for Snom. And then at that point, we can grab ourselves a Bidoof. And hopefully our opponent plays a Marnie on their next turn and we get lucky. That's the dream, at least. So go for the Call for Family. Get Bidoof. And hopefully we can just survive one turn. So if they play like a Suicune V or something like that, we're feeling pretty bad. But as long as this little guy doesn't get KO'd, we can, I think, kind of live with this hand. There's going to be the Drizzile. So where are they going to get off the shady dealings here? I imagine a supporter if they don't already have one. Okay, Irida. Oh, come on, bro. You don't want to refresh your hand for us? So they can get a water Pokemon plus an item. So I imagine we'll finally start to get an idea of what we're going against here, though. Okay. So far, just Inteleon? And now it's looking like we're probably gonna lose. As much as I hate to say it, I didn't think the shady dealings in Inteleon would be taking a KO on turn 2. Okay. So just fingers crossed we top deck into something playable over here. Okay, so 2 level balls, probably see another Sobble and a Frostmoth. Both those could be good because Frostmoth is level ball searchable as well. Sobble, okay. Yeah, we kind of saw that one coming. They could even just go for a 4th Sobble. That's honestly pretty good for them too. Okay, and there's the Frostmoth. So if this is just like a strictly Inteleon based deck here, that would be very interesting. I mean, it's pretty good against what we're playing. But typically, I feel like the damage output from Aqua Bullet isn't that great. But I guess now with Belt and Hawlucha, you can actually 2-shot VMAX. So I don't know, maybe Inteleon's a little bit better than I'm giving it credit for. But yeah, we need a good top deck here. We do not get one. I think we just scoop it up, honestly. We're going to be too far behind by the time I think our opponent gets, or by the time we get going. Because by the time we get an attack off, our opponent will be down to 3 prizes. I think I'm actually just going to... I think I'm just going to sack side deck. We'll give them one more turn. If we can top deck something go on this next turn and get back in the game, we'll play it out. But I got a feeling probably Bidoof is going to get bossed. That would definitely be pretty good. Or even the Manaphy. Either of those would be really bad for us. The Bidoof would definitely be the worst thing, though. Because if this gets knocked out, effectively, 6 cards in our deck become dead? The Evolution Incense and the Barrels. So hopefully they go for the Manaphy. That would be best case. Okay, they do. So that's perfect. Because we can get this little guy back with Ornate Rod. We do lose Air Balloon, which is kind of a bummer, but that was definitely the lesser of the 2 evils. Okay, and there we go. We finally are going to be able to get back in this game. So let's just go ahead and do both. Okay, so we're definitely going to be in a rough spot, but we might be able to creep back in this one. We'll see. Evolution Incense, grab a barrel, and we have to get Snom this turn. We absolutely do. 2 Snom would be perfect. Unfortunately, I think we are going to evolve the active, and we just need to make sure we can get Snom. That's the big thing. And we don't. So I feel like now the game's over. All right, we're going to scoop this one up, guys. They're going to be way too far ahead, I think, by the time we finally get our strategy going. So we'll just hit him with the well played and let them have that one. Okay, going second, this is, well, it's kind of bad. we need some search cards definitely here. We see the Ice Rider sleeve, so that definitely has me a little bit concerned. Okay. Hopefully they whiff an attachment. We just need one. We really want 2 turns here. Depending on what our top deck is, of course. If we just top deck like a Marnie or a Bruno or something, we actually kind of don't mind them having the attachment this turn. Yeah, our opponent's popping off with these Sobbles over here. Okay, pass over to us. Okay, we do get a basic. That's good. But unfortunately, I think we just have to... I think we're going to put down the mana fee. And just call for family. And get Bidoof. So, Stomp's probably going to get KO'd. We can promote mana fee, sack that while we try to stabilize a little bit with the rest of the cards in our hand. That is the idea, at least. So I would love for them to get down, like, another Sobble, another Ice Rider, and us hit Avery off of this Burrell. That would be best case scenario for us. Okay, there's going to be the Drizzle. They only have a 2-card hand, guys, so I have a feeling they're probably just going to go for research. Okay, there's Capacious Bucket. That's a good start for them. So if they have... Okay, the attachment, Evolution Incense. Cage Resile. So I would imagine we're going to see research from them at this point. And at that point... Oh, just going for the Scoop Up Net right away. All right, all right. They must already have a supporter in hand if that's the case. Well, I guess the Scoop Up Net, they can still reuse that Drizzle on this last Sobble. So yeah, that works out pretty well for them. Hoping they miss the knockout, though. Hopefully no VMAX. Okay, but apparently they have the Evolution Incense. I'm guessing the other card other than the energy in their hand is a supporter. Otherwise, they wouldn't do this. But they might, who knows? Okay, yeah, they're just going to go for the KO, so they just want to be aggressive. Feels pretty bad. Alright, so at least we're getting some stuff down on the bench. Attach over here, Training Court. And go for the Industrious Incisors. Okay, pretty good, I gotta say. So we can just level ball. Go for Snom. We do have our other Frostmoth in deck. So I'm thinking about quick balling, but we actually could do that. We could quick ball over here, then rod those back if we need to. I don't know, that might be getting a little bit greedy. I'll say sure. I really want to get down a second Snom this turn. And luckily our hand is going to be like so large that they might not actually go for a boss on the barrel. And we'll just go for the Bruno. So we'll save the rod. Okay, that's definitely a pretty solid hand for next turn. So we'll just pass, and yeah, hopefully we don't get Marnied, because we kind of like this hand. We got the Frostmoth, we got the energy for our Golduck's attack, and we have the Marnie to be able to hopefully draw into the Golduck. So best case scenario, they do whatever they want and just knock out Manaphy. I'm fine with them doing whatever shenanigans they want to, but there's the Inteleon, so I'm imagining we're going to see a quick ball and a boss. I'd place my bets on this, depending on what their hand is like, of course. I'm really just hoping they don't know what Psyduck does or Golduck does, and they like target that down instead. That would also be fine. Like if they were gonna boss. Oh, but they're gonna Marnie. Alright. That kind of feels bad because this hand was pretty stacked. This is our only Frostmoth in deck at this point, so it is gonna feel bad losing. everything that we have here, but at least we have the barrel that will help us draw potentially out of this funk that we're in. There's Capacious Bucket. There is also a world where we could have contemplated leaving energy and discard instead of using Training Court. That way, in case of a Marnie, we could have got the energy back out, but we don't know what stadiums they're playing. I would assume like a heavy path count, or Temple of Sinnoh. So I think there was decent odds we got our stadium bounced. Oh, but we did not get Marnie? What? Okay, I will happily take that. So we haven't played an air balloon yet. So that makes me tempted to lead with a Snom here. But if we whiff the air balloon, we could hard retreat Psyduck. I think we have better odds of hitting what we need for the Psyduck. I think so. Yeah, we should have higher odds for that. So let's just promote this guy. Okay, that's actually perfect for us. So let's go ahead and evolve back here. We'll go for the Ice Dance. And we can actually then get the energy from retreating back with Training Court afterwards too. So this actually works out pretty well. So we'll do this. And we're going to get down another Psyduck in case they go for a boss play. Alright, so let's just go for the Marnie. And we got the Evolution Incense. Awesome. So we are in a good spot at this point. Okay, so Evolution Incense. Go for Golduck. And now I'm feeling like kind of okay. Our opponent hasn't taken too many prizes to where we're like super scared of what's going to happen. So we'll definitely do this. We could... yeah, I think I actually do want to just dump all of this energy here. I'll say sure to this. Oh yeah, I forgot we do still have the barrel, so maybe there is a world where we dump all the energy in general. Yeah, let's actually do that. We'll do it on this side. I think we're going to try to sack this Snom over here. And just go for the Industrious Incisors. Okay, dope. So we'll use Ice Dance, get down energy over here. Now, if they do take out the barrel, that would definitely be bad for us. So, fingers crossed that our poor barrel survives here. We actually don't mind losing Psyduck. But yeah, actually, like, maybe we should have staggered our energy in a way that baits them into going for Psyduck. Because losing Babera would be pretty detrimental, I gotta say. Because if we lose the Babera and don't have energy to follow this up, like if they bump our Training Court, we won't be able to discard their active. You can see our Training Court's helping them out as well. Hitting Avery at some point is definitely going to be good. That would actually be great for this next turn. Because again, all the Pokemon they have in play right now are like pretty important. They don't have anything filler on the field like Crobats or anything like that. So that's what we're hoping to see here, I think. Okay, Evolution Instance and Boss. Ugh. Yeah, this definitely is a turn where they could go for the KO on Babera, which would feel absolutely awful. So at that point, we're just living in top deck mode. And we could have chosen to get Bidoof down on the last turn. Well, let's see what they're going to go for. Okay, they're going to go for Psyduck. I'm actually totally cool with that. That's best case scenario, to be honest. We play a billion recovery cards. So I think it's worth losing. I think it's worth losing the energy on that guy. So that's great. Okay, so let's go ahead and, before we do anything else, yeah, Ornate Rod over here. We definitely want to do both. I am kind of bummed they got rid of our stadium. But it is what it is. So we'll get down Psyduck over here. I think I'm actually going to quick ball the barrel away. I really want to make sure that we don't get that bad things don't happen to us this turn. We just want one energy. One energy. It's all we're asking for. Okay, we get Avery. Ooh, now this is definitely a tricky situation because we could go for the Nessa and just guarantee the discard. But yeah, we're down 3 energy. Ugh. I really want to Avery so bad, but I think we should just try to guarantee this discard more than anything. So yeah, I think that's what we're going to do, guys. Yeah, let's just go ahead and go for the Nessa here. And we get the victory screen. Okay, so I guess they weren't going to be too happy about that. And honestly, I think we finally got in a good groove there because we could have accelerated a ton of energy. And even if they did chase down the barrel, we had a Dross Portal on that next turn. So, hey, we'll take it. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it today for the wacky Golduck deck that we checked out. I do apologize that we couldn't get any games where we were able to actually play them to completion. In my experience, a lot of times if you are going to win, your opponent just scoops ahead of time. Or in our case, if we open dead, we have to scoop because it's really hard to make big comebacks with this deck. But either way, I hope you still enjoyed seeing this deck in action. I know it's probably not going to take your next tournament by storm, but if you are looking for something a little bit different just to mess around for fun, give Golduck a whirl. It'll definitely catch your opponents off guard, if nothing else. But hope you guys did enjoy. Of course, if you did, remember to smack that like button. And if you want to take your support to the next level, you can also become a patron at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or pick up some merch at rarecandytcg.com. Links to those will be down below in the description. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time.